I love water. Rivers, creeks, oceans, lakes. I can hear all of life, and whatever lies beyond life, talking in the water. And yet, water also scares me. I was such a skinny little kid, I couldn't float. I didn't even like to get my face wet. One day at the pool, my mom tried to coach me past my fear by dunking me. Her intentions were good, but all it did was scare me more. Mom has always been one to look at things straight on. She's far from fearless, but sooner or later she sees her way through the murk to what her truth is. It's one of the things I most admire about her. Over Christmas 2002, Mom went to the doctor with a little abdominal pain and came out with a diagnosis of stage 3 ovarian cancer. All you want to do is curl up, rage, and grieve, but there's no time. Right away, there are life and death decisions to make based on a rising flood of frightening words you don't really understand. I saw my chance to help. I waded in. I learned everything I could about my mom's options, checked it against her doctor's advice, and tried to summarize it all in language my parents and sisters could understand. It was all very rational, except, of course, I kept crying. I was a little girl who didn't want her mother to suffer or to die. But I was also an adult daughter who could be there when her parents needed her, even though we lived thousands of miles apart. Finally, I called and got both parents on the line. We worked our way slowly through the summary I'd prepared. With my heart racing, I asked Mom if she understood that a clinical trial might be her best bet, because only 1/3 of women in her situation were alive 5 years after regular treatment. Suddenly, I felt as if I was now the one pushing her face into the water. "I'm so sorry, Mom," I said. "I don't want to hurt you." "Honey," she said, her voice fragile but so warm, "you're not hurting me. You're helping me." And so here we are. Nothing has cured the cancer. It keeps coming back. But we're at 7 years and counting. She's busy with her artwork, travel, 100 other things. She's told us that at some point she won't want to do any more chemo, and we've told her we understand. My role is to help make sure she has the information she needs to be confident in the decisions she ultimately makes for herself. It's not an easy role, but then easy's not the point. When my sisters and I were little, my parents used to take us each summer to the lakeside town where they'd honeymooned. There was this sandy beach, and just offshore in the shallows was an old metal slide. At the end of the slide, someone had dug a deep hole. You'd pop off the end and drop completely underwater for a second, which, of course, scared me. So Mom would wade out and stand at the end, waiting for me to slide down. I keep thinking of this because it's my turn now. I keep thinking, "Don't worry, Mom, I've got you. I'm standing right here in the deep water with you."
The whole beginning experience was just this incredibly overwhelming thing of you never think you're going to be the one, that's going to hear that, yes, in fact, you have ovarian cancer. Anyone that's ever had a cancer diagnosis knows what this is. You go in, the doctor starts talking, you hear about the first 10 words, and then you just check out. That's what's been wonderful about having you to be able to be there as my wonderful daughter, but somehow or other you are able to hear the information coming from the doctor and then be able to talk to your dad and I.
Working at the National Cancer Institute like I was and like I still am was an enormous help to me. I could talk to people, and I had some understanding from my work as a communications person about the science and the research. But even with that sort of advantage, it was so hard to pull that all together. And it's really made me realize, our personal family experience, how important the National Cancer Institute's Cancer Information Services, this 1-800-4-CANCER phone number that we have, staffed by incredibly caring, informed people who will do for other families, kind of what I've tried to do for our family.
Small and I'm feisty And everybody calls me a warrior, so I think I guess that's what I am. I'm a cancer survivor warrior.
And my fabulous mom. I love you.
I love you too, honey.